Good morning, Professor Allen. This is Waylon Cosner, Spiritual Formation for Counseling, Block B, CMH 515. It is Sunday morning, August 9th at 8:11, and this is my video for my Session 6 Personal Spiritual Retreat. Started out, as I discussed earlier this week, I went early in the week to take a hike in the woods, spent some time in the mountains. Didn't bring my Bible, just to talk with God on my own personal level. And I went out about 20 minutes of that, fell asleep um, for another almost hour in the woods. So I decided that probably was not the best thing for me to complete my 3 hours. So on my way back from that, I haven't hit golf balls in years. So it just popped in my head to be a good thing to do. I haven't hit golf balls since I had a major surgery about 6 years ago. I've always been afraid of kind of swinging and re-injuring some things, but felt pretty healthy, so they popped into my head to go do that. So I decided to do that, and I went out yesterday morning to a golf course in Pueblo, Colorado. Perfect weather, considering as hot as it's been. It was overcast, about 85. Very nice out, and on the way down there, it popped in my head as I was talking. I was driving down. It's about a half an hour drive, and on the way down, as I was talking to God in my prayers, popped in my head that I really wish my best man from my first wedding, my first marriage was there. We used to golf together all the time. I hadn't talked to him in years since my wife passed 3 years ago. And I just looked over and I saw an image of him sitting there, and I wanted to call him. So I did on the way down to the golf course, and left a message. When I got to the golf course, I did a little research, found out that his wife, my good friend Nicole, his name is Dave, found out his wife in the December 2018, and he was diagnosed with cancer and had a double mastectomy, and I haven't talked to him since then. So I was real worried when I left that phone call that when he called me back, it would only be him calling me back. But anyway, I went about my day, went out and hit golf balls, talked to God in my own way, found some great inspiration for me being out there physically. I was able to do it again, swing a golf club. Everything was straight, felt great. My body felt great. And in that process, that's when I started ruminating on God, my life, the people in my life, and the prayers and the people that I wanted to concentrate on. So we'll go through the questions now. What attributes of God came to mind, and how did this affect you? Just how blessed I am to be through what I've been. I personally have died on an operating table and come back to life. I've seen my wife die in my arms. So I felt God personally, and I was just blessed and grateful to be able to be out there hitting golf balls. What works of God did you focus on, and how did this affect you? The works of God, just Jesus, Him, me as a parent, realizing the sacrifice of putting your child, sacrificing your own child for the greater good of everybody else, and how unconditionally that shows that you love your people and your children. Number three, what aspects of your relationship with God did you focus on, and how did this affect you? The aspects I usually focus on is the personal touch that I felt for God and felt from God in a couple instances in my life that I talked about earlier, uh, and how that just gives me the reassurance and the confidence in knowing that He is there for me no matter what I do, and I owe Him my extreme gratitude. And not only that, I owe Him to do whatever I can and be the best person I can to fulfill the calling that He's given me to help other people and to serve other people. Um, what personal characteristics that you wish to improve did you pray over, and why? And did you make any steps towards these desired changes? Uh, Throughout this course and a couple of the other courses, I realize I need to really work on gentleness. Um, I know I'm a kind person. I know in my heart I'm gentle, but I know that I'm also harsh with my words sometimes. Not harsh as in mean, but very direct. Um, it's how I've always dealt with people, how I prefer with them to deal with me directly. But I got to understand that not everybody can be dealt with that way. Um, my daughter happens to be very resilient, very strong, and I can deal with her that way. But other people I can't, and I have to realize that. My oldest daughter is not like that. and everybody's an individual, and I have to understand that I have to work on my gentleness. The fruits of the spirit by far is the one that I need to work on the most. So, in regards to your relationship to others, what did you pray over and why? Prayed over my friend Dave, a lot of it, and I'm just trying to just pray that he's okay. That if he did lose his wife Nicole, that he was all right and he would call me back, and if he didn't, then I would have the opportunity to talk to him and see him again. So, um, in regards to relationships to others, what did you already do that? Did you make any steps towards these desired changes? So I did. And the gentleness factor, like I said, I'm going to very much concentrate on that. Think deeply and say how this experience affected you at all. In the end, it affected me greatly. I got home yesterday. It was a great time. My body felt great. I have muscular dystrophy, a rare form called CMT. So sometimes I just worry that I overextend myself and I end up cramping and just losing some. It's a huge fatigue factor. But I felt great. I was out there for about an hour and a half just hitting balls. Drive either way. Spent some time by myself before and after. And I felt really good, and I felt spiritually fulfilled. I went off by myself. I didn't talk to anybody, and it felt awesome. I wanted to go out and play actually, but a lot of my time I had spent thinking about my friend Dave. So when I had gotten home later last night, I got a call back from Dave, and praise God, he's okay. His wife is had a double mastectomy, but she is in recovery. She's doing well. She's having radiation treatments. They are actually leaving Colorado after being here for over 30 years at the end of this month to move down to Arizona so they can get some help with her health, which right then and there is why it showed me we did this whole thing, why I went up in the mountains, why it didn't work out, why I fell asleep, where God's hand was placed in all of that. That all led to me driving to a golf course after 6 years, thinking about my friend Dave, getting a hold of him, and understanding that if I would not have gotten a hold of him in 3 weeks, I don't have his cell phone. I just have his phone number. I may not have ever been able to see him or his wife again. So God is great. God is amazing, and that's what I got from this whole thing. Is He guided me towards that, which He always does. How might this experience inform your future work with clients? As always, allow God to work through me by doing the solitude and silence and doing this exercise. I allowed that time for God to tell me that I need to call Dave. Uh, he's a dear friend, and I feel so blessed that God took me to that place, and I listened, and I feel blessed that I was able to listen. Uh, and yeah, it changed a lot of things. So I'm very grateful for that and this class, and I'm very grateful for this assignment for that. So thank you, Dr. Allen, for everything in this course. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we can stay in contact, and I look forward to writing my paper next week. Thank you and have a good day.